Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Siren Season 1, Episode 1. It's called The Mermaid Discovery.
It's been a long time coming.
We will start spoiler free. We'll give you a warning somewhere in the middle before we go into spoilers, but that's what we're going to do. It's a small town, it's a seaside town. Mysterious girl shows up, she's a mermaid.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the gist.
before we even get to that though,
Uh-huh.
we talk about how this is quite a big deal for us at this stage.
The fame big deal.
This is kind of a mythical review.
It's a Moby Dick, it's a white whale.
It is.
Well, we promised we would do this back when it first aired, and then things get in the way, and it looked really bad. I never wanted to do it, but you promised we would do it.
It was a long-standing joke that this was clearly the most anticipated show for like 2 years.
Bullshit. But however, we thought for Christmas Day, almost a year late,
We'll give the people what they want and what they deserve.
we'll do the first episode of Siren, even though we have no intention of continuing it.
Oh, of course.
Anyway, because it looked terrible. So
Yeah.
here we are. So yeah, it's funny. It's funny that we're doing this because I do my commentaries for the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh yeah, any excuse.
On patreon.com/MailFuzzTV. But I do those. I actually just watched today an episode for the next commentary, and it just happened to be an episode called Go Fish, which had what's his face? Wentworth Miller was in it. He's horrible in it as well.
He was in that?
Yeah, every line of dialogue out of his mouth is atrocious. He is terrible in that episode.
Can you tell it's been a while since I've seen this show?
One of the first things he says at the start of the episode is, because the plot of this episode is that the swim team are doing really well at Sunnydale High, so they're being treated.
Is one of them a mermaid?
they're treating them like kings, and so they're celebrating at the beach. There's like a beach party for the swim team. All the class are there. All the year they're there from high school.
Yeah.
As you do. We never did that in high school. No one cared about sport teams in my school. And Wentworth Miller's walking with his swim team buddy, and the buddy disappears, and Wentworth Miller's looking around, and he's like sort of sniffing. He's like, "Dude, what is that foulness?" And it is the worst delivery of a line of dialogue in that show up until that point. Maybe ever. I don't know if it was ever any worse after this.
This is a bold claim, and I clearly need to revisit this episode.
Because Buffy, as you know, typically is a pretty good show.
You could say that.
It's generally on a pretty high bar. It's just every so often you get one like this. Not that it's not without its moments, but for the most part, the main plot's iffy. If you don't mind spoilers, so spoiler warning for this episode of Buffy. The twist is there's not a fish, creature in the because when you first get a glimpse of this thing, it's like a creature of the Black Lagoon, and you think he's like eating the insides of the swim team buddy. The twist is that it's not that. Is that the swim team, because of the drug that the coach has been giving them, they're all turning into these monsters. So they're shedding their skin. They're not being eaten. They're shedding their skin, and they're becoming fish monsters.
I'll take it.
I was just saying, Drowned Earth got their ideas from Go Fish.
Are you saying that Snyder should be apologizing?
I mean, everyone's at fault here.
No.
Everyone's at fault.
I don't know if I can disagree with that, because I mean it does sound like some pretty damning evidence.
The worst part of this episode is actually where it is. It's right before the 2-part finale. It's like
Really?
Up until that point, like this 2-part finale is like 2 of the best episodes of the show, and right before it is Go Fish.
Well, go fish yourself.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yes.
Back to Siren. Back to Siren. Obviously, a lot of water. Aquaman just came out, of course, so we're in a very watery mood. This is oddly fitting at this time.
Yeah, a lot of thematic links going on right now. You watch Go Fish, Aquaman. You can go check out our review that we did with Matt
And
the other day.
There wasn't really mermaids. There was fish people. There was no mermaids in Aquaman. Giant
No,
seahorses. Giant seahorses. We had the trench, all these monstrous things. We had like a race of fish people, and we had a race of like crab beings.
Yeah, I guess the fish people are maybe the closest.
Yeah, but still, a mermaid's pretty strictly. It's like top half's like human.
Yeah,
bottom half's
kind of weird that there aren't any mermaids in in Atlantis.
Do you know, I actually feel it was a missing beat here. I feel like a comic writer, and this could translate to a movie or whatever later, but a comic writer should do a run where the main villain's an evil mermaid. Surely that's a good villain for Aquaman. That's a great villain for Aquaman.
You would think, right? Aquaman by his nature is torn between the two halves, the surface and the water.
It's a visual representation of everything Aquaman goes through.
Exactly.
There you go. And the villain's like agenda. What's the villain's like plan? I don't know. I'm trying to think what the motive for this evil mermaid's going to be.
Maybe they're not evil. Maybe it's one of those that pushing them to be better because they're like, no, we are the duality that you need to be.
So you're saying that they're the reverse Aquaman? That's it.
I am saying the I think this needs to exist, and why the hell doesn't it?
Also, I want like a villain that uses seaweed like Wonder Woman uses a lasso.
You might have lost me. You might have lost me on that one.
All right, evil octopus.
I'm back in.
Shoots ink at people and then whips them with the legs, tentacles, legs, right?
I mean,
tentacles.
I mean, tentacles is the official term.
Yes.
I guess I will accept leg. Maybe.
I guess legs is more of a spider thing when you think of 8 legs, but
it is
still.
a ligament of some sort.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go with legs.
I don't know. There was definitely some musical octopuses in Aquaman. They're no evil octopus though.
No, next time.
No. Need more sharks. Well, there was a lot of sharks, but
There was a lot of sharks.
Yeah, I feel like we had a shark that was named though, like one who was like the buddy of Aquaman. Like you're Bruce the shark. Make a Jaws reference. Bruce the shark.
Yeah, obviously.
Do that. Why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Siren, which of course has mermaids in it. The entire mythology of the show.
Yes, that's why we're doing this.
Is mermaids. And one of the things that was running through my mind as I was watching this, is I started thinking about mermaid genitalia. Now stay with me. I
wondered how long it'd take us to get onto this. About 7.5 minutes, apparently.
Now, the obvious question, of course, everyone is saying is there even genitalia for which to engage in sexual activity? That's not what I'm asking. I'm going to assume there is because they have to procreate, right? There has to be something. What I am asking is there any pubes? That's what I'm curious to know. Is there any hair of any kind?
Well,
because if you got
is the genitalia in the fish half?
Well, I suppose that's the next question: is at which part does the body end and the fish part begin?
Yes, because if it's in the fish half, no, there's not any pubes. It's just scales.
You can get hairy fish, no?
Can you?
I mean, I said that as a joke, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I've seen fish that maybe it's not hair, but you get fish that have got like frilly bits.
Frilly bits. They do themselves up for a night out.
They do have frilly bits. I've seen fish
hair.
with frilly bits.
I'm going to see if there are any fish with hair of any kind. The fur-bearing trout is a fictional creature.
Oh, fictional.
That's,
okay, no.
That's the first thing that comes up.
Fur-bearing.
According to tales, the trout has created a thick coat of fur to maintain its body heat.
Well,
unfortunately, there are no real examples of any fur-bearing trout. Oh, hang on. Where's this guy? I need to click read more.
Hold on. I do love though that someone thought of this and made a trout with hair. I like that.
Yeah, I lost it when I clicked read more. It says no real examples of fur-bearing trout species, but 2 examples of hair-like growths on fish are known. Where is this when I click on the see more? Wikipedia, come on.
Hairy fish exist.
Here we go. The cotton mold will sometimes infect fish, causing tufts of fur-like growth to appear on the body.
There you
go. A real fish, known as the hairy fish, obviously, has hair-like outgrowths and wings.
There you go.
So
hairy fish.
I want to see a picture. Oh, that was really disappointing. I clicked on it. I'm on Wikipedia, obviously.
Yes.
because God bless Wikipedia.
Yes.
And it's just a drawing. Is the picture of it? I thought I was going to see a hairy fish, but I didn't.
I was right.
I like when I click on the thing for the hairy fish. The top is like not to be confused with if it's got not to be confused with fur-bearing trout.
Not to be
This
confused.
real fish should not be confused with the fur-bearing trout. This is brilliant.
Ah, dear. Actually, speaking of, go back to Aquaman for a sec. What are the rules with whales? Because whales aren't technically fish. Can Aquaman communicate with whales?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because obviously they're sea life, but they're mammals.
I mean, he communicates with like crabs and shit.
True. So that's maybe your answer. And maybe I'll almost go as far to say whales are smart enough that everyone can communicate with them, so there's no need for Aquaman to...
Yeah, Aquaman just happens to be a translator in this case.
Yeah, say with dolphins. He doesn't have to communicate with dolphins.
At that point, Aquaman is just Google Translate.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Siren. So, a lot of water, a lot of swimming. I assume you can swim, right?
Yeah, because I'm pretty competent.
Did you be on a swim team? Did you do swimming? Did you win
No,
competitions?
but I did a lot of kayaking.
I've never been kayaking.
I would not recommend doing kayaking in a reasonably strong running current river if you don't know how to swim fairly well.
That's good advice. That's very true. I can also swim. I don't know if I learned young or late. Like, what's the typical age that someone learns to swim?
I don't know. I was in young school. I mean,
I was 10 when I learned to swim. I don't know if that's particularly young or old.
I was somewhere in the region of 7 to 10.
Yeah.
I couldn't narrow it down more than that.
We got lessons in school, but I specifically remember like a few people in the class knew how to swim already, just because their parents had taught them or whatever.
No, we didn't get lessons through school. I had to go like after school to a different school that had a pool because mine didn't.
Mine's didn't either, but it was like almost like a weekly trip for like 10 weeks where we went to the local pool.
No, I did it like it was like a private thing where it was like, okay, you go to this. It was at a school with a pool, and it's like, okay, it was like after school, here you go, an hour's swimming lesson, whatever it was.
I assume that it wasn't just my school that went to this. Like, I assume this did it for all the schools in the area. Like, everyone,
That would make sense.
Yeah.
If someone was able to plan things with efficiency,
yes.
that's probably what happened.
If it's a thing they offered, I imagine they probably had like 5 schools a week, one in each day for, this block of time. And then maybe there's 5 different schools in the other block after Christmas, say. I don't know.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm just speculating. But I think I don't think I'm a particularly great swimmer. I think I swim well enough to not drown, and that is all I need in life.
No, I'm a pretty good swimmer. I went on holiday back in October, and had a swim in the sea. Going more and more each time. So I'm pushing myself to swim that bit further.
And unfortunately, you kept coming back.
Well, the alcohol was where it was hiking. That's where the whiskey was. So I got how easy to come back.
Not the girlfriend, not the love of your life, who you might spend the rest of your life with. No, it was the alcohol was back in the beach.
It was free. It was there, waiting, refilled by the time I got back every time.
I don't go swimming that often. I like swimming though. This is one of these weird things. This is obviously such an obvious thing to say, but if I did have my own pool, I would use it every day. Yeah,
me too. Swimming's like really obviously it's good for your exercise, but in the sense that it's like a full body workout, right?
Yeah,
it's just your legs, your arms, your core.
Yeah. What's your favorite stroke?
Kind of boring, just breaststroke.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same, but obviously if you're going quick though, you're doing the overarms.
Yeah, sure. But if you, I'm not a speed, so I'm it's the same with running. I can't sprint, but I can do long distance.
I'll go for speed sometimes if I want to just like get a quick jolt of exercise, But
no, I get that. But I'm consistent. It's like no, I'll swim a lot. But,
I do. I do enjoy the backstroke as well. Backstroke, see if it's relaxing and quiet. I'll do that to relax more than exercise though.
Yeah.
Backstroke's pretty nice. Doggy paddle I can't do. I don't understand how anyone can doggy paddle. I think it's weird.
It's less weird than the butterfly.
Which one's the butterfly?
It's where both arms go like over your head. You kind of do like that together in tandem. Yeah. It's
now you've said it, I think I can like picture like professional swimmers doing it.
Yeah,
you've said it, but
so I remember having to learn that in my swimming lessons. It's bullshit, and it's don't do it. Just why bother?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that you don't need that one to survive. That's just a fancy one for racing.
It is a bit fancy, and frankly quite tiring on the shoulders.
Yeah, I just want to not drown. That was the extent of my swimming. I wanted to just know how to survive in the case of sudden water.
It's an admirable goal.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those handy things. There's a lot of normal things that I don't ever bother dealing with, but swimming felt like an important one. No, we know how to swim.
Do you know, see, I feel like knowing how to swim, like everyone I knew growing up knew how to swim. It was a thing. Every so often, I'll come across just one person who's like, "No, I don't know how to swim," and that's surreal to me.
But I mean, it's one of those things though. Like in movies, there'll always be that one character who can't, but it's completely believable because there's usually one in 8 or 10 people usually. Just won't be able to swim.
I'm not saying no, everyone knows how to swim, but it's just surreal to me not knowing how to swim because I've been doing it for so long, right? I just know how to do it. I can't remember not knowing how to swim really.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you don't know how to swim, you don't go in the water. So I don't have strong memories of that. I have strong memories of being in the water without being able to swim.
I used to like go to the pool before I could swim, but just in the shallow end, and the flume and the
fair enough.
All the fun kiddie stuff. I remember doing all that because one of my local pools had the wave machine, so every so often you get the waves.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'd sit in the shallow end and it would throw you back because you were a kid, you were quite small, so it would just throw you back like 3 feet every time, and it was fun to.
Do you know what? Now I'm thinking I must have been younger when I learned to swim. I said like 17. Yeah. I must have been like 5 or 6 because I have memories of like family holidays at like water, not like water parks, but like like places with like really impressive pools and slides and stuff like that. And I know I could swim when I was in these places. I mean, maybe not competently. I probably had like like armbands or something on. But enough that I was confident to go around the pool on my own.
Here's a question. This is something that I have never taught myself to do this because it really pains me to try it. Is I always wear goggles when I go swimming. I can't open my eyes underwater without them.
I can't open my eyes underwater without them either. But I don't wear goggles. I just man up and don't open my eyes. I just swim. If I get water in my eye, tough shit.
That's fine. You're just making your life more difficult. It's fine.
Arguably, I find goggles really uncomfortable and restrictive.
No, I'm fine with goggles. Goggles are fine.
You wear glasses. So you're already used to having something on your face. Having something press against my nose, the strap of the goggle, I can't deal with that. On the inside there.
Goggles are a lot tighter than glasses, though.
They are, but just the idea of having something pressing there at all, or just resting against the inside of I can't feel comfortable with that.
Better than a syringe floating in the pool.
Well, yeah, but I swim in hygienic places. Because I'm not a savage.
That was probably a random reference for anyone who didn't get it. Cora's afraid of needles, which is why I specifically pointed out needles in pools. Because I love the idea of like doing like a horror scene where there's a needle just floating gradually towards Cora, and Cora's trying to like swim away, but without like letting the because depending on how the water flows, it might float towards him quicker.
Yeah. Just I have to admit, I can picture the scene. I can picture pushing backwards to paddle away, and for some reason it looping around the current and pushing it towards.
It's got a little jetpack on it. It just starts flying towards him.
See, now you lost it.
Yeah, no.
You went too far.
It's going for his eye. Anyway, back to Siren. Let's keep this on topic. So, I think one of the things about watching a mermaid show and having characters out of mermaids who are half fish is, do you think that this could possibly have an effect? If you really like this show, you really like the characters, is it possible to have the same effect that befriending a pig might have on you, where you might not want to eat bacon anymore. Not that you would feel. I know you wouldn't feel that. But,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah.
I mean, you can make me watch Babe as many times as you want. I'm still gonna have bacon that morning.
I'm just like, would you question, the top half of this fish could have been a person. maybe I shouldn't eat the fish.
The blunt answer is no. I find fish relatively tasty.
I do enjoy fish, I have to admit.
And it's not, it's no bacon. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I'm really boring with fish, though. I've never tried a lot of exotic fish. I've tried a lot of different types of white fish, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, fair enough.
To varying degrees of success. I think cod's the worst. Cod's kind of boring.
Cod, that's your standard, right?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Whereas a quality haddock.
Haddock's good. Place is good.
Places are,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know what is in terms of being a bit more adventurous? I'm a fan of that. Before I tried it, I thought I really wouldn't. Squid.
Oh.
I remember the first time I had squid. It was in a paella. It was in Spain.
Yeah.
And it was, it was a fish paella. So it was all these different bits, and there was, chunks of squid in it. And I'm like, I was really like, do I really? But I'll try anything once when it comes to food. I'm not gonna go no chance. And surprisingly good. A bit chewy, but tasty.
I don't know if I like the idea. I may be converted, but I don't like the idea.
No, that's what I was like. I was sitting there going, I don't know if I wanna.
My problem with trying new food is it's fine when someone else has got something to offer me for a bite, but the idea of ordering a meal and then not liking it and being like, well, that's dinner ruined.
No, that's why I tried. No, but this year because it was a fish paella. So it was all these different bits of fish that I already knew I liked, right?
Yeah. Because
And there was bits of squid which I could have just left quite easily, but I was like, well, it's here. I might as well try it.
Because the thing is I'm someone who can't force myself to eat something I don't like. So if I know I don't like something after a couple of bites, I'm like, I'm not touching the rest of it. It's not happening. It's getting wasted, or someone else is eating it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I just can't do it. I can't. I'm picky with what goes in my mouth. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if you are.
Just shut up. Connor's less picky.
Apparently so.
Carl put it in the mouth. Don't worry. As long as it's made of meat. As long as it's made of meat, Carl put it in his mouth. At least once.
I tried it once.
Oh dear. Do you know what? We're actually out of time to talk about Siren. So apologies to everyone who was hoping for a Siren discussion, but we'll come back at some point and we'll talk about Siren proper. But we have run out of time. So Merry Christmas! Thank you very much for joining us. You can support us over at patreon.com/MailFuzzTV. If you want to, be nice because it's Christmas, you can go do that. If you would like to discuss anything that's been brought up in the show or any of the previous shows, I'm doing a live thing. This is going up to Christmas Day. Next day, 26th, I will be doing a live thing, 8 PM UK, 3 PM Eastern, noon Pacific.
Please
live
show up.
Q&A.
Because I want to give Peter support, but just to give him shit.
Why would you ever want to give me support?
I want people to show up and give you shit because that sounds really fun to me.
Don't do that. You can show up and make fun of Connor, though. I will get into that. I will happily.
To be fair, I also endorse doing that because why wouldn't you?
We can do that. But yeah, so have a nice Christmas. Thank you very much. And Merry Christmas. Enjoy this present of a video. We will see you guys next time. So keep watching TV. Have you got any vanilla? Or I should say, have you got any tartar sauce? Because it's fish related time. Fish. I'll say this. I promise you that within a week, at least up early on Patreon, there'll be some mermaid content. There's more mermaid content coming.
Oh yeah,
very soon.
You are not forgotten, people.
Very soon, the mermaid content is coming. I promise you.